I used to be an accountant. Then I realized my skills were much better suited to creating flash mobs that inspired members of the public to participate in creating a better world. The first idea came from the idea of trust. I just moved to Barcelona, Spain. I was 21 years old, and I couldn't help but wonder what effect focusing on the negative news stories had on the general public. Why was it that the inspiring stories, the uplifting stories about our shared humanity was always left as the fluffy bit at the end? Instead of getting angry and upset about this negative focus, I thought, I'll just create my own story and see if others want to participate in it. So I went into a very busy public plaza with a few friends, and I blindfolded myself with a sign at my feet, and it read, "I trust you. Do you trust me? Let's hug." I was just an accounting student from WA Perth. And what am I doing here in this public space? I was terrified. Here's what happened next. An Irish woman approaches. She says, "Why are you doing this?" I said, "I'm giving people an opportunity to rebuild their sense of trust in public." She says, "All right." She thought I could see her. She says, "Hug me back." I hugged her back. And once she hugged, the next person came forward shortly after. And after that person, the next person came. And before long, there was a steady stream of people of all different ages, all different backgrounds, stepping forward to show their trust. What does this mean? It doesn't necessarily mean you should go out and start giving hugs in the streets more frequently, although it's a great idea. It actually is a metaphor for the idea of building trust. And quite often, much of the world is waiting for us to take the first step. So in order to build trust, we need to dare to be vulnerable first by giving our trust in order to then receive that trust. Give trust, get trust. I put that video online a week later, and before long, it went completely viral. Because that's the sound that it makes when things go viral. Before long, people in cities all over the world, from Cairo to Osaka to New York City, actually wanted to recreate it themselves. And one guy even put his own spin on it, and he said, "I'm a Muslim. I trust you. Do you trust me? Let's hug." So beautiful. His video went on to gaining more than 40 million views worldwide. This was a photo taken down at Cottesloe Beach, our local beachfront here, and this is an Indigenous girl who's 18 years old, and she felt inspired to create it after hearing a stat that said 12% of Australians felt they could trust Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islanders. So instead of feeling disempowered by that information, she had a platform, she had a way to participate in creating a new world that worked towards a positive future. So I knew now that this was no longer just the story at the end of the newscast. This story was traveling by itself and was inspiring people to take action. I came home and I was super excited after 3 years of living in Spain. And I said, "Mom, Dad, I found my passion. I know why I'm here. This is what Richard Branson was talking about, and I've got it." And they're like, "Yeah, that's great, but when are you going to get serious about life?" I am serious. I've never been more serious in my life. But I knew then that I would need more than just words. I need to take some action. What happened was I got my next idea by sitting on the train, Who here thinks that train rides can sometimes be a little bit weird? I was like, we've got to do something. What can we do here that can inspire people to believe that they actually have much more ability to change their current situation than just sitting back and feeling awkward? So I came up with this idea.
Doors closing.
Hey guys, I don't want money. I just want to spread a little bit of happiness. So I'm going to do that today by starting a small dance party. Okay? And if you want to join, you're more than welcome. If you just want to watch or clap, that's also equally okay. All right? Thanks, guys. Butt wiggle. That's a great way to start. Inviting the public. It's growing. Watch out for it. It's moving. It's alive. This woman here in the corner of the screen, keep an eye on her. Boom. So you can imagine how excited I was when I found out that Jamiroquai and his band caught wind of it and shared it with their 2 million fans. Before long, we had train parties popping up in cities all over the world. But one of my favorite moments of all this is this moment here. She dared to stand up and rewrite her own story. Now, there's something incredibly powerful because she would have been able to go home that day with a beautiful story to tell her friends and her family about the day that she decided to jump up and rewrite the story for her own better good. So it's an incredibly powerful moment, it's empowering, but little did she know that that little action led to a 40 million person ripple. I think that's often the case when it comes to making this world a better place. Even those small little actions that we feel are not making a difference can very quickly turn into 40 million person ripples. Fast forward a year. Now, I don't want to disregard that year. That year was freaking amazing! Great year. We just don't have time to go into it right now. We're going to go fast forward into just 1 month ago where we created one of our most powerful and remarkable experiences yet. And you are the first people in the world to see it right here at TEDx Perth. The idea went like this. So what I learnt from this incredible moment that exploded into 100,000 people wanting to be a part of the creation of this inspiring message is that behind the flags, behind the languages, behind the political preferences, behind the skin color, there is this humanitarian thread within us all, and it desires, it wants to connect and find ways to feel like it's a part of the same human family. And that's exactly what we provided the people on the 15th of October. And this all happened with a $0 marketing budget. I do believe this is an idea worth sharing. So when it comes down to this idea of if you're feeling stuck, or if you're repeating yesterday's story, or you're not sure if you can make a difference in this world, know that you're not alone, and that there are actually hundreds of thousands of people around you who are waiting for you to take the first step. You need to dare to be vulnerable by stepping forward first in order to then get that trust from other people to support you. So no matter the difference, get out there and make it happen, because this is how we can make the world a better place. Now, what better time to do it than right here, right now? How about that, hey? We're here at TED, huh? We've come to change the world, right? Well, now's that time. Here's that opportunity. Here's that call to action. And it's going to involve one very important element: bubbles. So there's going to be some bubbles placed underneath some of the chairs on the top tier up there. If you could please reach for your bubbles, guys up there. Now what we're going to do together, guys, we're going to start a dance party right here in the middle of the Perth Concert Hall. This is going to demonstrate to ourselves and to the others that we are capable of rewriting the story to create a better collective future. You ready for that? I didn't hear that. Are you ready for that? All right, so we're going to count it down from 5. When we count down from 5 together, and when we hit 0, we're going to jump up out of our seats and start the dance party. There's going to be some music playing. We're going to have a real good time, and the bubbles, you've got to get onto it. All right, let's count it down from 5, all right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it! Yeah! Hand out some high fives. Hand out some high fives. Yeah, making a better world. Let's do it. Yes. High five it out, guys. Spread the love.
Keep my head up. Don't forget to be me. Like I won $1 million, like I get to pay dirt. Kind of smile from ear to ear, the kind that makes your face hurt, and we'll laugh, jump, say.